everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know that it's been kind of a while since I have last posted a video, but I hope you guys are all still alive and doing well. So today I thought that I would just go ahead and do an old-fashioned Q&A because I absolutely love Q&As and I love answering you guys' questions and getting to interact with you. And I think that these are kind of helpful for you guys, especially since this one's back to school related. So I will be answering all of your questions about back to school. So you guys left a bunch of great questions, so I kind of had a hard time like picking and choosing which ones to answer because obviously I couldn't answer all of them. There were like 200 or something, so I just picked some of my favorites and ones that I thought would be most beneficial for the majority of like my audience and stuff like that, and those are the ones that I will be answering today. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right on into the question. Alright, the first question comes from Darby Marsh, and they asked, why are you homeschooled? Okay, so just like really quickly, because I know that not everybody knows that I am homeschooled. I am homeschooled. I've been homeschooled my whole entire life. I have never gone to public school, nor have I shown an interest to go to public school. So yeah, just wanted to let you know in case you didn't know, because obviously like not everybody knows that I am homeschooled. But yeah, so why I'm homeschooled, there's actually like a couple of reasons, not one reason specifically, of why my parents chose to homeschool me and my brother and sister. One of the reasons is that my dad is actually a high school math teacher, and he's been teaching for like 19 or 20 years or something like that. So he has been in the schools for a long time, and he sees like what goes on there, and he didn't really want us to be a part of that and get involved and just stuff like that. Another reason is that my parents don't really like the curriculum that the school district like makes the school teach. I'm not very well informed in this area, so if I'm like say something that might not be correct, I apologize. But they just don't like how the curriculum is and what the schools teach the kids and stuff like that. And my mom also just wants us to be able to pursue and learn about things that we are interested in and things that could possibly be careers later on in our life. For instance, if I was going to public school, I probably would have never started YouTube, and this is an incredibly awesome opportunity for me. So they just like that we can be more involved and stuff like that with our other hobbies, I guess you could say, or our other interests. So yeah, I think those are like the main reasons of why I'm homeschooled. I hope that made sense too. I feel like I was rambling for like a really long time. Our next question comes from Melbush00, and they asked, what is your favorite song / type of music to listen to while studying and doing homework? Okay, so basically I just like to try to steer clear of songs that I know the lyrics to, because then I'll just be like singing the lyrics and like won't even be concentrating on my homework. So that's normally like pop for me, or like some other artists that I really like. Normally I like to listen to like some instrumental music like Lindsey Sterling or even like the Piano Guys or something like that. I also really like to listen to like rainforest sounds as well as like ocean waves like hitting the beach. I like those ones as well. Those are just very calming and like relaxing, and there's no lyrics, and you can like really concentrate on your homework and like studying and stuff like that. I also like to listen to country. Country is probably like one of the most relaxing genres that I have ever listened to, and I don't listen to it like regularly enough to know the lyrics to songs. So that's just one that I like to listen to, and that's probably it. Lily Grace 12 asked, in your opinion, do you think having a binder for every subject or just one big binder for everything is more convenient? Okay, so probably like one big binder is more convenient, but the only thing then is then you have like 5 or 7 subjects in one binder, which could get a little tricky because it's not like you'd have to keep it very, very organized, which is why I would do separate binders just for organizational reasons, and then you know exactly what binder is for each subject, whereas the like big one could get a little hectic and crazy. So it's kind of up to like, if you're like a very organized person, I'd go with one binder, but if you struggle with organization a little bit, then I would go with multiple binders. The next question comes from femkellis_, and they asked what to do when you forget your homework. Okay, so I would say just to like avoid the problem completely, just before you go to bed, just make sure that all of your homework and assignments are in your backpack everything's in there. That way you'll just have like a stress-free night and you won't have to worry about it in the morning. But if you do like forget, and like sometimes like at like 1 a.m. I'll remember something and I'll be like, wait, I'm not gonna remember this tomorrow morning. So I have like a notebook on my little side table there, and I will just like write it down, whatever it is, so that I remember in the morning. So that's a good tip. But if you actually do like forget your homework and you're in class, I would just go up to your teacher and be like, hey, I forgot my assignment. Is there any way that I can email it to you when I get home from school? And then I will bring you a physical copy the next day. I just feel like that's a good like both way, because they do have it, but then they don't have the physical copy, but you're going to bring it for them tomorrow. So that would just be what I would do if I ever forgot homework, which hopefully won't happen, but it probably will. Hannah_Prothero asked, what grade are you going into? I am going into 11th grade, so I will be a junior. Peyton Clark 12 asked, do you have friends who go to public school, and if so, from their stories, what do you think is better, homeschooling or public school? Okay, yes, I do have friends that go to public school. I mean, a lot of people from my dance studio go to public school, and I hang around them a lot, and then everybody on the dance team that I am on goes to public school, because where I live, homeschoolers are allowed to join in extracurricular activities at our high schools or middle schools or whatever. So I am on the dance team, and everybody else on the dance team goes to the high school. So I've heard their stories and just like what they talk about, and even like dance studio people, I've just kind of heard the stories and stuff like that. And I am very glad that I have been homeschooled and spared from all of that stuff. I just would not want to be involved in any of that, and there's just like so much that goes on, and it's like just so unnecessary. So I'm very glad that I have been spared from that. And yeah, I really enjoy homeschooling, and I used to hate it, but now I really like it. Math Audrey asked, how do you deal with YouTube, school, and dance? Okay, so it definitely is very tricky, and it's hard to find time for everything. And I feel like it's a little bit easier for me though, because I am homeschooled, so I'm not like at school for like 7 hours a day, and if I need to film a video during the day, I can film a video, and school can just wait until after dance or whatever. So sometimes, yeah, it is very tricky. Last year I had a really hard time keeping up with YouTube because I had dance all the time, school, and I just got like super stressed and stuff like that. So it's kind of, yeah, it's tricky. I'm afraid that I'm going to have another hard time this school year. Hopefully not though. I like stress myself out a lot, which isn't good at all. And I procrastinate a lot too, which isn't good at all. I feel like if I did my schoolwork with like no distractions for 2 hours, I would be done in 2 hours instead it takes me like 5. So it's definitely a tricky balance, but I'm definitely going to try to work on it this year. That way I can get more YouTube up, because obviously like school has to happen and dance has to happen, and YouTube's normally the one that's like the third on my list and sometimes gets a little bit forgotten. So yeah, I don't even know if I answered your question, but I deal with it. It just isn't necessarily the best schedule for it. Didn't make any sense, but okay guys, so those are all of the questions. I feel like I didn't answer very many, but I feel like my answers were super long. I will be making more back to school videos, but if you have any requests, please leave them in a comment down below, because my mind is kind of like blank on what to film and stuff like that, so I could definitely use your help. That is it for this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!